what I want to say is Genie. I'm kind of glad she's sticking around because she's got a nice little attitude that she's fiery.
Which the pastor?
No, Genie is on Uwa Tribe, the Asian woman.
Oh yeah.
She's got a little spice in it.
I thought she was gone. I thought it was gonna be her. But they won, right? Didn't they?
Yeah, they won one of the. No, they lost. Like that's not JD.
That JD, yeah. I really thought it was gonna be her. It should have been her, but hey.
Yeah.
I kind of like, yeah, she's coming around. She does have a little sass.
Yeah, I like it though. Because it really balances out the of like Ricard in that tribe, which I despise.
Right. Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the Reality Guys. This is episode 13. Kevin and I are covering season 41, episode 4, and I wrote it down for us, Kev. They hate me because they ain't me. It's the name of that episode.
Was it really?
Yeah. And what I noticed this season is they're really just pulling like quotes as the episode titles because Sydney said this.
Oh, yeah.
Notice, because we talked about this last week, no intro.
I didn't. I need to look at it.
They just pop right in the dark and just says Survivor 41.
Actually, I guess I did notice that because it was right after Jeopardy and you don't have to change the channel. And then I was like, oh, next thing you know, yeah.
And I was thinking about it today. Do you think it's because they just have to condense so much stuff into 1 hour because there's 3 tribes?
I'd say yeah, but I don't think they are. You know what I mean?
It seems like it at times, and then other times I feel like why do we focus 3 minutes on turtles going into the ocean? So
right. That's my question. I want to know if they plant these animals.
Yeah, because I watched National Geographic where 90% of them are getting picked off by birds and
right. Well, there's that. And it's you watch the Planet Earth, and it's I stayed here for 75 weeks to get just a glimpse of this spider, and it's what? And they just happen to have one, and it's going perfectly in front of the Survivor sign.
Right.
Not really, but they have to plant it, but it's even worse than the Australian one because they're in the outback and it's super Australia, and it's oh look, a wild dingo. I don't think that was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with you because there's even watching some of the old ones, they really must go digging for some of these animal shots.
Yeah.
I think so. There's no way those sea turtles.
It's not like a loon. Oh, dude, I got my sister hooked on a loon.
Did you? Nice.
Yeah. It's not like that where it's those animals are really coming to kill you.
Yeah, they're trying to murder you.
Yeah. Trying to eat you. You are food.
Right. Well, anyway, so we kind of gave something away. I guess that means we don't need to talk about turtles because I don't really honestly care about that. But we just get right into Brad,
the straw guy, big plastic straw guy.
I care about the environment, but I don't need to watch Evie getting excited about turtles and using them as an analogy for her because I hate her.
Oh god. Yeah. All right, fair enough.
All right, so we start. They just throw us right in, like I said, no intro, and we're dealing with the aftermath of Brad and our girl Genie, who I'm gonna start calling her our girl because I really like her. Talking about this in the intro or in the pregame, she's really cool. I like that her attitude. I feel like we haven't really been getting any screen time with her, and she's just been great. Hating on Ricard, hating on Chanel, hating on JD, and I kind of like that because
I think she's kind of real. You know what I mean? And I think they obviously all are, but it's funny when you see how the producers start to bring life into certain
people we don't really know about.
Yeah, and
the whole time.
They definitely know how to get the audience. We'll make her not the villain here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I like. I mean, that's how I usually base my shit after. It's around episode 4 or 5 where I'm
who you're cool. Yeah.
Exactly. And I know who I absolutely do not. There's only been one instance where it's fuck this dude, whatever. He's so fucking annoying. And then it gets to episode 16 and he's still around and you're I mean, I kind of hope he gets it. At this point, he's been hated by everybody and fuck yeah.
Right. So who are the people on this season that you're really pulling for since you brought it up?
Sean.
Okay.
Right, that's his name.
Wait,
I'm terrible with names.
Sean.
The guy,
what? Deshaun.
the guy, Deshaun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Genie. I like the pastor. I still don't know her name.
Shan. They call her Shan.
Shan.
Yeah.
And I like the football player too.
Yeah, Danny.
Yeah, he's
I'm
kind
a big fan of Danny. He was like kind of like giving some words of wisdom today later in one of the challenges. But I like Danny. I like
dude, he was so pissed. He was so mad.
Yeah, we'll get there.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah, we'll get there. So I like Danny. I like Deshaun. I like Genie. And dude, I also like Sydney. Even though we don't.
Which one's Sydney again?
She's the girl in the blue tribe. White girl.
Oh, okay.
Not the old one.
Yeah.
Dude, I honestly like after what I saw from Nassir today, like that dude balls.
I was gonna say that. Like, dude, he is a fucking beast.
Yeah, he was killing it.
Yeah.
Dude. He put the team on his back.
Yeah. He stepped up.
We'll also get there too.
And they're just fuck this guy.
Yeah, dude, it's very cool. I'm really liking the blue tribe is where I want them to win all the time.
Yeah.
All right, so we go with the Brad shit. Then we go right, and this is what I was talking about, Kev. They just kind of throw us right into things. Like they're pissed about Brad, and then it's like no like they don't check tree mail. Like, hey, we have a reward challenge today. It's just like boom, right in their reward challenge.
Yeah. They stopped that for a while.
Yeah, because I'm if anyone doesn't know, I'm watching from 1 to now, and there's a lot more like downtime that they record, and they cut that down in this season. I guess.
Well, it used to be like a fucking event. They made like a deal out of it.
Yeah.
Like they come back and like we got tree mail, and everybody would gather around.
Yeah, right.
And like read the little riddle, and it's like ooh, but
I don't like that anymore.
Yeah, it's not like that at all.
Maybe because
and I think they realized like fuck it, nobody cares. But
I like it though.
See, I did. It was back then. It was like fun to see them like kind of growing in a way, like as a team and personally, like because they were surviving. Now it's just like
the game.
Yeah, and I think that's what they were trying to do, like with taking away the flint and not giving them.
I get that. But like, you never see people going to get like firewood. Like
right, yeah, that's not part of it.
I kind of like that. Like,
so do I. I miss that a lot.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe
it's just like it's just jump straight to the thing. Then you know that it's gonna be just solely focused on one of the tribes. Usually, it's a setup for who's gonna lose, and then goes into the elimination challenge, and then you know it's just all the drama from that tribe.
Yeah, I wonder when we get to the merge. Maybe they'll do more downtime because there won't be so much.
Well, remember, it also used to be like the drama would be like, yo, this bitch isn't working around.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You wouldn't get like I miss that.
Yeah, I like that stuff. But I mean,
yeah.
Hopefully for the merge that comes back to we see it because I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
All right, reward challenge. This was an interesting one. So essentially, what they needed to do for the audience is each person had to throw a ball up in the air. Run through like would you say it's like a rope course?
Yeah.
Kind of like not that long.
Dude, this would have been hard as fuck.
Yeah, I agree. It was definitely not easy.
Yeah. And when Evie got she turned and barely got it.
Yeah,
I was like, I would have gotten that. Like
I agree. A lot of people one and done, a lot of people who got one and done, I was shocked got one and done.
Yeah.
So essentially you throw a ball up in it's like a slide. And then you have to run underneath through this rope thing and then catch the ball. And then next person goes. And when your whole team goes, and you have to dig under just dig, which is no one. That's
like a standard thing. Yeah. They put a log on the ground. You have to dig.
Right. Yeah. Dig under it. Like move some sand. And then you had to throw balls onto like I guess a shelf. But I imagine the shelf had like a hole in it so the ball would rest. It wasn't like a flat shelf.
Well, it's two pieces of wood. Like
it had to be a little.
It's like one of those basketball holders in gym class.
Yeah, right. That's actually a really good way to describe it. And Kev, I was really surprised with some of the way people moved in this. Like a lot of people I don't like. Like I'm shocked. Tiffany did like a NFL the QB throws it at like the times the route where they turn around right away.
Yeah, it was like like perfect. And like I said, Evie, like she like got there, barely made it, like fingertips, and then boom, boom, boom.
It was. I was impressed. I was definitely impressed with them. Yeah. So everybody did fine except for Heather, and I think Heather kind of got exposed today because the rest of that tribe is so good, like athletes, like Danny, Sean, Nassir. I didn't think Nassir was an athlete, but we found out later this dude is a baller.
Yeah, he's a man.
So they got hung up on Heather. She couldn't get past the first stage of throwing the ball up and catching it, which
I mean, like
it was tough. I'm not gonna like criticize.
You kind of have sympathy for him because it's like, how old do you think she is? She's
got to be like mid-50s.
She's 52. So, like, I'm picturing my mom at age 52 trying to do this, and she wouldn't even make it through the fucking like ropes course. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Then again, my mom would never be on the show either. But
yeah, right. With my parents. But like, here's the bar, Kev. Is Tiffany did it on the first try? So like,
right, yeah.
That's my hang up here. Is like, do I feel bad for her? Yeah, but Tiffany did it on the first try. So like, I don't know. It's
not really like apples and oranges.
Yeah, no, they're very similar, and I think she kind of just like was overshadowed because you have an ex-NFL player, you got all these great people on your team. So
that's true, yeah. So it just made her look even worse. She was holding on.
Yeah, she couldn't. It wasn't even like the rope thing. She couldn't even get the ball up there. That was the thing. Like, whatever. I mean, so essentially, Uwa gets first, which is the green team, and then Yase gets second. That's yellow. And here's the rewards. And one of the rewards was really fun for me, and I know it was fun for you, Kev, because we were texting about it.
Yeah.
Right. So winner gets a Fiji survivalist, and he goes by the name of Nathan. So anytime I love Nathan,
Nathan.
Anytime I hear Nathan, I always think of. I never say it in that way. It's got to be Nathan. Always, always.
Like from
Angry Boys.
Yeah, Angry Boys. That's it. Yeah.
So second place just gets a fish that looked fake to me.
No, it was a parrotfish. Those things were real.
It looked. But listen,
those they like have just two big teeth and chomp on fucking coral. So like, I don't know how good they would taste.
Yeah, I mean,
it looks colorful. So
yeah, I thought it looked fake. I mean, I didn't think it was fake because it just looked fake to me.
I mean, it wasn't even in the water, so I don't know how.
I think it was probably real. Maybe that was like one they just then like, hey, there's one in this cooler. You're gonna give me that stuff that we don't see. But and we have a little moment where like Heather is like, everyone's like, good job, blah blah blah. Jeff like says his little piece about feeling good about this is why I do the show, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a competition show, so I don't really like feel.
They've done that in previous seasons where it's like somebody struggles and then like they're being held up, the game's over, and they just continue with the one thing that they're trying to pass, and it's always this like. When I ran track, we called it like the sympathy clap, where it was like that last place person finally makes it, and it's like people are more. Are you more clapping for him finishing or like
you're ready
the race ending and moving on to something new? Right. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. And there was a commercial. I don't know if you skipped the commercials, but there was a Jeff Probst commercial right after. And it's like,
oh, I did.
Doesn't make you feel good, then you shouldn't be on Survivor. I was like, I guess I'm not being on Survivor. That comes back to me last night.
Do you think you could be on the show?
I would love to run the challenges, but I wouldn't like the surviving part.
I would love it. I would hate to have my shirt off all the time. That's like the word. I would burn a lot.
Yeah,
it would like that part would suck, but I don't know. I think I could do it and win back to back time.
And the other thing is, I'm not very good at like people pleasing, so I don't know if I would probably get voted off early because I'd be like Rudy. Like I'm too.
Well, yeah, and you're coming in with that like athletic stature that they're like, oh, this guy, fuck this guy.
Yeah, but as long as like who you voting for, I'm like, I'm voting for you. Like
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't be good at that. I wouldn't be good at like.
I would have trouble with that. Like them being like, so let's do this. And I'd be like,
I'm
no, dude, I don't like you.
Right, exactly. So our boy Nathan, that was like you said, you thought it was Nassir, but this dude climbed a really fucking tall tree. A tree was like above us.
Dude, and that's one thing. It's when he gets to the top.
Yeah.
And turns back around and he goes down head first. Like, what? Why is that a fucking technique?
It's incredible. Like that.
Yeah.
You fall.
But also, let's be like, what's the point of that? You know, none of these people are gonna try it.
Right.
Like,
exactly. Like, you get the little
it's not really a reward. You're watching Cirque du Soleil.
Right. And I think like what the reward is you want to learn like certain things you can eat. Like I think it's more for plants. Like you could be like, I can eat that if I'm really, but they didn't show any of that stuff. But he goes down with the and fishes, gets some fish, teaches him how to cook it. He did like some concoction in the coconut. You remember that? It was like squeezing limes in there and dipping the fish in there and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, it was all interesting. Like it was all stuff I was like, oh, like what?
Oh, and the other thing he did, I wrote down, is he just karate chops a coconut with his bare hands.
So badass, dude.
Badass.
So badass. Imagine just being like at a bar and I'm gonna watch this, crack, and then you're the man.
Incredible. And Ricard's like, oh, I'm so glad we learned this stuff. We're gonna use it on our next thing. Like they're gonna never do any of these things.
Right.
Like I can't wait till they vote Genie off because he was giving a shit about like, oh, well, now we don't need to worry about food. That tribe also is starting to piss me off. But
yeah. I've hated them from the beginning. I had like none of the tribe and anybody but Blue.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
I've hated.
I just want them to stick together so they can dominate the merge. Like I don't want some of these sneaky bastards getting in and like somehow sneaking into like deep jury seats. No.
Right. And you know, there are, who would you say is going to be one of those people that are? Because it happens every fucking season.
Dude, I think Shan will.
Yeah.
But you know what? She's also dealing with idiots on her tribe. Like she could get snipped out pretty quickly on another tribe. She could.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely not Evie. It's definitely not Tiffany. It's definitely not.
I can see Xander. I can see Xander making
Xander kind of, but
I think Ricard could make it.
I think he's got a major target. Ricard's the one that's going to be. That's exactly what I was going to say. Like,
and if Genie can survive, I think Genie's because she works hard and like I think she could sneak under the radar. She doesn't talk a lot. Like she's not as annoying as Ricard could be. Like she could be. I don't know.
Yeah, but she doesn't. She just doesn't give me that vibe that. Who have you seen? Have you met in your journey of Survivor Sandra yet?
Sandra, yeah.
It's like that like age of a woman, like not really like a bodybuilder type of thing. Like I feel like at that stage,
Sandra wasn't a bodybuilder. Are you thinking of Alicia?
No, I said not a bodybuilder. Like,
okay.
It, like,
yeah, she's just a mom.
She does well strictly by her like friendships.
She's like very outspoken, right? That's the one you're talking about. She's Hispanic.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, yeah.
Hey, that was. I'm on season 8. She was season 7 winner.
Was that the one when they got coffee?
This is the one where they're in Panama. The scout leader. She beats the scout leader.
Okay. I'm trying to think of like a.
I'm telling you, dude. Once I get all these under my belt, I'm gonna start being all the.
Yeah. Right. But like she does shit in a way that like she just knows how somebody's gonna react.
Yeah.
So she does something stupid, knowing that they're gonna assume it was somebody else that did.
Gotcha. I know exactly what moment you're talking about with the fish, where she like likes to like throws the fish out and blames like somebody else gets blamed for it.
Or like somebody was bitching about somebody taking the sugar, and he went up and ate all the sugar, and sure enough, the person's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" and flipped out on the other dude, and he's like, "What? And
was she back on another season, Kev?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Dude, so I haven't. Maybe you're thinking
she is in the whole series.
Like, wow, okay, cool. So
she's like the mother. She's the mother of it all. Okay. Like it's her and Boston Rob. I don't know if you've met him yet. You're gonna love it.
I'm on my second take of Boston Rob.
Okay, all right, yeah. So those two are like the godfather and mother of Survivor.
Yeah, dude, he was in a commercial. He was in another commercial promoting a show last night.
He's the fucking man, dude. He's the man.
Yeah, he's a little cocky, but
he's the man. I'm telling you.
I like him. I do like him.
They bring them back later in like a real recent season, where like when you lose, you go to them, and those two teach you a way of
getting back.
Like, yeah, like they teach you like a certain little group of skills, and then they're like, all right, here's your challenge. Do you want to take this challenge? Okay. And if you take it and you do it, you get to go back.
Gotcha. So right now, Kev, I'm on the All-Star season. So the season before, they had that Outcast Tribe 7, and that's when you like beat them, and they got 2 people back in. One of which was in the finals, which was the scout leader.
But, yeah.
I liked it. Good twist. I like.
I'm loving that you're loving this.
You know, love it.
I like
recent. Watch it all day.
I recently went this and did like the same thing you did, but it was we only had like 25 seasons or something.
Oh, okay.
So, but I just like you get started, you just rip through them. Like
it's easy to
get sucked into it.
You don't
have to like watch it.
It's a lot of listening.
Yeah.
You know they're doing the same shit every season. Like, oh, I'm getting firewood. Okay, I just need to listen to the conversation of them,
right?
Professionals, but yeah, I'm enjoying the show, and I plan on being like know as much as you by the end of it because I'm just flying through.
Yeah, you're killing it.
All right, so we dealt with our boy Nathan, and he leaves, which is he was probably one of my favorite parts of the episode. Just like really cool dude.
Yeah.
Jeff wasn't lying when he's like, this guy's an expert. All right, so we move over to the Luvu Tribe, Blue. And again, they just throw you right into it. Erica is saying she wants to get rid of Sydney because she thinks she's very emotional, which we wouldn't know that because we don't see anything on that tribe. So to me, I was like, where is this coming from? Like, they're not on the chopping block.
Yeah. Very good point.
So I think that's kind of one of the reasons why, like, your boy Deshaun like runs and tells everyone like, hey, why does she want to get rid of somebody when we're not even in that situation, you know?
Yeah.
Gun.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like you don't want to go too full strategy until you're kind of almost in that situation. They weren't even. There's no reason for them to think that way.
Right. I agree. It was a very unnecessary, like preemptive, just in case situation to the point that. Spoiler alert, they plan to throw the challenge just to have this happen, where it's like, dude, you really hate her that much that you're willing to risk.
Yeah,
I think they're basically getting bored.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right, because you want the numbers. Like when they eventually do the merge, even though you hate her, you just stick her around because you do some bullshit like one tribe, one all, and then you can just get rid of her once it's just everybody else.
Or when they do the swap, even like the numbers there, even like say you get thrown to a swap, there's three other tribes that just so they can even out the numbers, and you're the only one from this tribe. It's 2 and 2 for the other ones. You're fucked. Like, you're not fucked, but like you're in a bad spot. But like, say that she was there, your odds of getting somebody else, you know what I mean, like from your original.
Yeah.
God,
it was just a little premature. And, I think I feel like a lot of people do that on the show. They like jump the gun and it puts just like a target on their back, like they didn't need to have there.
This season in particular, there have been some very stupid being done. And I think straight boredom or just stupidity.
Yeah, like, I think it's more the latter, Kev.
Yeah, yeah,
I think it's a lot of dumbness.
yeah.
All right, so they want to get rid of Erica, the whole lot of them. Now Luvu, like you said, wants to throw the challenge. We finally get to the elimination challenge, and how would you describe it? It's like another relay race type of thing.
Yeah.
Like you swim to these platforms, you get these like bags of pillars, or is it puzzle
It
pieces?
was like I think it was like pieces of something. I kind of forget how did it go. You got pillars,
Oh, I remember it was like a little thick like block, and you'd push
right?
through to get these smaller cylinder like blocks out, right? And then you try to find a key on the back.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So you get these three sections out of the water. You have to swim to all of them. Then you once everyone's there, then you can start unpacking them, untying them. They're knotted. Then you push it through. Then you find a key on the back. Once you find the key, then you can unlock something to get your ring toss. Is that what it is?
Yeah. To get your rings, and then you can start throwing the rings.
All right. So Luvu wants to throw this challenge, and spoiler, they couldn't. They were so good being bad that the other teams were just so much worse than them.
Even worse.
Dude, the one shot where I think it's Deshaun's like, I was standing there, I was like taking my time. He was like he was knotting up the stuff. Like he was doing things to prevent people on his team from doing well.
Dude, it was amazing. How is that not the most obvious thing in the world? Hey, he got away with it, but like, it's just it just shows how bad the other teams were.
Yeah, they're terrible. They're really,
Yeah.
really terrible.
Yeah.
Like Yasek wasn't even out of the water, and like they were doing so many things. They were walking. Deshaun was retying knots. Danny was slowly pushing the pillars. Then like Nassir is just like,
Dude, fucking beast, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking beast. And then they got to the throwing of the actual things, and I don't know what made them go like, all right, switch it out. And Nassir got in.
No, he just ran up. He's like, he was sick of like,
Yeah,
he said it in a conventional. I was like, this year just burst up there when I was getting a rebound, and he just started throwing them, and I was like, gotta respect that.
I know, you gotta give it to him. He took his shit in his own hands and won, or got away with it. But I wanted like see him watch that for the first time and be like, these motherfuckers, like, good thing I did step up, or I would have been done, you know?
Right. I mean, I don't think he would have been eliminated. I think they would have really taken out Erica. They probably would have filled him in like, hey, we threw that, and he could have been pissed. Then maybe they could have.
Yeah.
They could have also done like a back, like alliance, like a alliance of the alliance, and then like somebody screwed somebody else. But whatever. Here's my question about this challenge: why were they all throwing the rings on the same rung? That to me was dumb. You notice that? So like you have your rung. You have your rung like this, okay? There's a ring on it. Then there's another ring on it. So the length is shorter. And he's like, they're still throwing it on the same one, but there's two perfect rungs longer there.
I think
I didn't understand that.
Speaking of throwing these things on, did you see Nassir's final throw? He threw it on like the left one, and it went all the way
around, like on the arm of this.
Like, this guy is a fucking beast. It was incredible.
Yeah, especially hitting two in a row. Like I don't know how anyone on that team that wasn't in on the like throwing it when he was throwing them like this. Like
yeah.
I would have been like after throwing, I'm like, dude, I don't need. You're out. Like you throw rings like this.
Well, I guess in these situations, and this is like a very regular like portion of these things that you've seen, like it happens every season, multiple times. At what point, whether it's this or like the bag toss or like that old like slingshot with the bean bags, at what point, as like somebody who's not, or even if you are, do you make the like
switch
call to be like, yo, get the fuck out, let me in?
How is there a lead? Are we behind? Like if we have a lead, I think I'd give them maybe like 10 throws if we have like a lead. But if there's no lead, I'd say three or four.
Right. Yeah. I
It
think
can't be
that's
one.
like the like drama of it is like people one don't want to do it.
Right.
People two don't trust anybody else but themselves and can't do it. And people three just can do it. And it's like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, let's
Right.
So like it would be I don't think I'd know what to say to be like, yo, get out. I don't trust your skills right now when they're confident enough to be up
Yeah.
there.
Like I feel like they need to have a thing where before they go into a challenge, it's like, look, you need to have a conversation with your team. Like, hey, like if we have this situation, like you got to pass it off if you're on a cold streak. Like you can't just hog it.
Right. It's not like that Call of Duty where it's like, all right, just one more game. Like I'm gonna win this one because actually I guess it's exactly like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like 3:30 in the morning and you're like you just got killed on some bullshit and you're like, all right, one more. My parachute didn't like
You
it.
got to just go. You got to go into the talking with your team of what like this. If somebody goes cold, you got to switch.
Yeah, and they can't get butthurt about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a game. I mean, if you're gonna get butthurt about it, like if you have a conversation, you know in advance. Like somebody gets very competitive or they yell at you, it's just because if they say like, "Hey, I'm just trying to win the game," and no hard feelings on you. That's kind of how I look at it.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
You gotta win the game. But so our boy, our JD, like JD was terrible. Like another thing where he like yelled, like Shan was like when he yelled money and he missed.
Dude, that was the funniest uh confessional where she's like, you might as well tribal.
Yeah.
And because that's all we got out of it.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
And that's a dude where I feel like he like wants to be the hero so much. I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, he does, and I think he's got that like right amount of cockiness, but in this case, it hurt him.
Backfired.
Yeah, because and it was exactly that reason. It's like older people are fucking dicks to younger people, and rightfully so they are. I remember being young and people like just being a dick because I was basically learning like my way through my job and stuff like that. And somebody said to me one time, it's like, you don't know what you don't know. And it's so true.
Yeah.
But that's where you start to lose the cockiness when you start to realize that. But like, you also really don't, and I still don't to my like in life with it, don't know what I don't know yet. And there's no reason to ever, but I've just gotten smarter about not being an idiot about shit.
Right.
Sorry, that was weird.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's just kind of like how I feel like this it finally caught up to him where he did dumb shit in the last one, the last episode too, where he's taking terrible shots and Brad gets voted out. Like, let somebody else shoot. Like both situations, like if somebody else was shooting, the show
maybe they have a better shot.
Yeah, the show could be completely different. So
yeah,
that's kind of where we're at, and then it just leads us right into Uwa having to go to tribal, and JD does like
now talk about cockiness.
The dumbest, like, one of the dumbest like things.
Yeah, the absolute worst thing you can do. I was saying like, don't even fucking tell anybody about it. He's over there showing it, handing it over. I don't.
Yeah,
I've seen people be like, "Can I touch it?" like type of thing, and that's one thing. If you're like standing right there, but it's like, here, you hold on to this for me. What? Why would you do that? Why? You've known this person for 2 weeks,
right?
Like,
it's nuts.
I would not trust them. Like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, and especially here's the thing, Kev. If he's a fan of the show, how does he fall for that?
That's what I was thinking. Like, all these people come in claiming they're super fans, and like maybe they are. Maybe they're like me in the situation where it's like you know a lot about it, but you don't know what it's like until you get there. But I don't know, or it's like a desperation, like you're scared and you just want you're going with one person you think you trust. I don't. It blows my mind that he did this.
Yeah,
And what we're talking about, tell everybody.
what?
Tell everybody, I guess, what happened, which was
So okay, he has his advantage. It's this double vote, right? It's a steel vote, or is it the it's steel vote, right? Isn't that what he had? Or
he had
Brad. Oh man, I'm confused because that tribe had so many advantages. I think he had this steel vote.
Yeah, I think it was steel vote.
We had a steal a vote, and he told Shan last episode that he had it, and she took it from him again last week, and then he gives it to her again because she plays this card like, "Oh, I'm afraid you're going to vote for me," and he falls for it, and he gives it away, and now it's in her possession, and then they just blindside him and kick him out. So now she has the vote.
And a killer fucking move.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I gotta respect it, but he's a clown. Like that was a clown move.
But that's the type of shit. Like, say she makes it to final 3. Like that's a move that gets you a win.
Yeah, I thought that one you could only use it before there's 6 people left.
Right. But I mean, say she makes it and she has to you know how they plead their case at the end?
Yeah, right. Okay.
And like the jury sees that type of move as
it's like you're smart.
Sorry, the Eagles just scored a touchdown. Yeah, like that's why people make these moves.
I'm not. This is not a hate on Shan segment. This is JD.
No, yeah, I don't think you are too, but
like
I'm more applauding her for
doing. Yeah, she gets an A+. She gets definitely.
Yeah.
You tricked him so good.
Yeah.
Not even just leave it at camp. Like no, give it to me.
Right.
Like,
let me hold on to it for you.
At that point, don't you think that you should be worried that maybe you're getting voted out? If you claim to know so much about the show, and how
she played like, oh, I'm gonna get voted out. I'm gonna get voted out. But the thing is, with what that advantage is why don't you just use it for her? Like,
yeah, that's true. Exactly.
That's where he's stupid.
Right. Yep. I completely agree. I mean, he's a dummy. He is a dummy for sure.
And he didn't know what happened.
Yeah, and then he just doesn't like even in his confessional after he's like, "Oh, I got played." It's like,
you asked for this with your action.
Yeah, you definitely brought it upon yourself for sure. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say. There's just like after watching these old seasons and like you don't see a lot of dumb stuff like that, at least for me so far.
No.
So,
I mean, you're also not at this type of shit.
Right. Yeah. I'm not at advantages yet.
People have done worse.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Oh god. But like blindsiding I get, but like just to give away something where you have the high ground twice.
Yeah.
I forgave him for last week. This is unforgivable.
It really is. This is still one of the bigger moves of all 41 seasons of just and it was too early. It was his cockiness. It all just added up all too well. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Before we wrap up, what?
He deserved it.
Yeah, 100%. 100% definitely deserved it. Before we wrap up, did you see the game within game?
I did. I started following Survivor on Instagram, and they posted it like real quick. I got that shit in 2 seconds. It was so.
That one took me, I had to think of it. That was the one that took me the longest.
Really?
Yeah. I was
as soon as I figured out tribal. It was a red B.
It was
a red B 4.
Yeah.
And then
it was a bike.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then a bull.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'm not good. I haven't watched as many as you. I was very like the red and the first one was a red B or red.
It was a red B.
And it was hanging me up.
I got tribal first. That was obvious.
Yeah.
And then It was a red bean. Oh, and then I was like, I thought initially it was before tribal.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And then I was like, why is that red? And I was like, oh, red. Be ready for.
Yeah. Be ready for tribal. Which now, as soon as I got it, I was like, ah.
Yeah.
And then you got your little like the three letter scramble word is so I don't understand why we're even doing that.
What is it?
It was toy or something like that. It's when it's
How's
three
it work?
letter. Huh?
How's that work? We never talked.
I don't know. That's like if you do it online, the next step you solve the game within the game, and then there's like a word scramble, and you always like because you haven't done it online, you'll like it because these little like 10-second clips of Jeff being like, "Oh, you got it, good job," and then he's like, "For the next one, imagine me behind you yelling at you and screaming, and you're fighting against somebody else." It's definitely check it out. I think you really enjoy it. It's just like it's like Jeff right in your face. He's like, "Dude, you gotta be good."
Dude, I love him. Do you like him or
No, I do. I like him a lot. And where I'm at now in season 8, like 2 people left on their own, and some of it was like one of them was like Richard like rubbing his dick on one of the chicks, and he's like he starts to say something, and the girl's like, "No, Jeff, no, I was violated," blah blah. And he's just like, "Get her a boat."
Yeah. Oh, that was so weird. That was really weird. He was claiming that it was like he thought it was his wife when he was sleeping or something.
Well, no, that was a couple seasons before. That was like I don't remember that guy's name. And
it was the black dude. He was like big dude, and the other black
Ted or something. I think I want to say his name is
Ted.
Yeah. But I'm talking about the All Stars. I literally just watched this episode. Rich is like in a game. You know those ones where they walk on these platforms when they meet, they got to fight.
Yeah.
Pass each other. It was one of those, and like Rich like squeezed between he's been.
Oh yeah. And she was in the wrong, but she tried claiming that he like groped her.
Nah, I mean I don't know how in the wrong she actually was.
Oh, did he?
No, he just like so. Here's what it was. They were on like a pillar, and he just ran by her, and he like literally rubbed his naked body on her, like his dick.
Oh, that's
and
right.
His back was to Jeff and the other team, and like her team could see it, and she was like, after she thought about it, she was pissed. I understand why she was upset. She's like, oh,
right, okay. And then Jeff just held his ground. It was like,
he was like, hey, I didn't know what happened last episode until I had like I guess a producer told him because he probably watched it. Like the video, like, oh wow, that's not okay. So he starts the next challenge and he's like, "Hey, I want to talk about something that happened yesterday that I didn't have a vision of, I didn't see." And then she just goes in, she's like, "No, Jeff, no, yo, I got violated." And he started to say something. He's like, "No, Jeff, no," and he's just like, "All right, get her a boat." Like she's.
Oh my god. Oh
good.
God,
it was good.
There's so
not okay what he did, but it was good. Like she just went bananas on him. Get her a boat. Like he had nothing to say. Like he was gonna talk. She cut him off, and he just swallowed it back down. Whatever he's gonna say.
Oh, I love it. I love him. Yeah, I think Bill's gonna like Bill's obsession with hosts. I don't know how he hasn't turn the corner on this one.
I think once he starts watching, he will. He's definitely in the he's up there. I definitely really like Jeff. If I had to put like my top 3, I'd probably do like him, Mark Wahlberg, him and Mark. He's above Mark Wahlberg, I think. Of like he is
TJ Lavin.
TJ is good. Those are 3 good ones, man. Combine them together.
They all bring like different. Yeah. All their good shit is different, but if they were combined, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. All right, man. Anything else on this episode? I thought it was a pretty good one. Like I definitely always look forward to the show, and I'm just really happy.
I thought this one was really good, and I think everybody did. Like based on the way we were talking about it, Bill getting excited about it.
Yeah.
Actually, earlier you brought up you're like, you and Bill are like noticed like things. What are those things that we noticed or that Bill noticed?
Wait, what?
You were like you and Bill are like good at noticing. Was this pre-show? Maybe. What? You're like we were texting about it, and you're like you and Bill are good at noticing things that like we forgot or like we didn't see, or you don't normally pick up on or something.
In Survivor?
Yeah.
Did we text about it?
No, you and I were talking about it. It might have been pre-show.
I don't remember, man.
All right, never mind.
It's all right. We'll figure it out. But before we go, how long until you think we get this down into 2 tribes before we get into 1? Like 1 or 2 more episodes?
It's usually like
5 or 6.
What are the tribe numbers at now?
So Yasi has 4.
Yeah.
Ua has 4, and Luvu has 6.
Then it's gonna stay for a little while.
You think 2 more? 2 more episodes? Because it'll be 6 and 6, and then they usually do it at 10, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
At least 2 or 3 more episodes before.
Do they usually do it at 10? I mean, this season's also cut down. So
well, the reason I'm saying this, Kev, is because I'm watching a season now where there's 3. It started with 3 tribes, so I'm kind of basing it off of this same formula of there's 3 tribes. They started with 6. At one point, there was a game where it's like whoever loses this game, your tribe just gets completely dissolved, and you do a draft of who's.
Oh yeah.
So that could happen in this. Like I'm using recency bias of what I watch, but it just makes sense.
They wouldn't do that for this one. They would. You're watching the All-Star one?
Yeah.
What are the 3 tribes names?
I don't remember, man.
You don't know.
2.
I think they did that for like the drafting thing for that because the people that were in it have obviously
Everyone done it before.
Know each other and stuff. So they wouldn't do a draft like that, but they would probably do like a buff swap or like it would be a buff swap. It would just be, all right, everybody pull from this canvas folded thing.
Yeah, right. All right, cool. So I actually think that's actually probably going to happen in the next two episodes if numbers. It just would make sense, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I could see it if they're still this close in numbers, just going all the way to the merge.
Yeah, if Luvu doesn't lose soon, then they probably will do that. But if they do lose, then they might keep it.
Exactly.
So we'll see what happens. I don't see them losing anytime soon unless they throw it. But
unless they throw it, yeah,
do that right because they're so good.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. So I want to thank everyone for watching. We really enjoy watching the show, covering it. We're going to stick with it. Bill and I just did an episode preview for The Bachelorette. Kev, when you have some free time, you got to, before we do next week, you got to pick your winner and let us know. I'll write it down. I wrote down and we'll just kind of keep track of. Same thing for Survivor. It's like write down these things so we can reference them whenever we want.
Yeah.
Do that. And we'll be back. I think we're definitely going to do a challenge this week because we've been clamoring for it for a couple weeks now. We haven't done an episode, but we've been texting about it. That's probably the thing we text about the most is the challenge.
I know. That actually, no, I'd say Survivor, but
yeah, challenge is up there.
But challenge is definitely up there. And dude, this week's challenge was better.
Very good. So we'll definitely have to do it. We're gonna do an episode on that. I don't know when, but we will do something. So stay tuned for that, and we will see you guys next time.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Smash that like button.
Yeah.